Hey, I'm Danny, aka Topless. I'm hiking the Pacific Crest Trail from Mexico to Canada. I'm 950 miles in. Today we're gonna go by Miller Lake and Benson Pass and just keep going. I'm shooting for 26 miles today, so that's gonna take me to about 980 or 979. So my stuff's packed, let's go. So a couple details I wanted to note. Yesterday I got pretty friggin' lost and annoyed because the signs were not good. So this morning, the reason why I started with, hey, we're going to Miller Lake and Benson Pass, is I looked ahead on the map today for big landmarks so that if I end up in the same situation, I'll know which signs to follow. So hopefully that makes today a little bit easier to navigate. Also a neat detail. I noticed, oh, there's some tents here. I'm gonna be quiet. I was gonna say, one thing I'm noticing is that the birds start chirping before sunrise. So sometimes when I'm laying in bed, if there's not really much light, but I can hear birds chirping, I know it's about 5 o'clock, like between 4:45 and 5. And that's pretty much been standard. If there are no birds chirping, then it's before that. So even though I've been setting an alarm lately, I kind of feel like I don't need it. When I wake up in the middle of the night, if there are birds chirping or not, I know what time it is, and whether or not I can actually have light or not, I can tell what time it is, which is kind of neat. So today I'm up and rolling by 5:45 because I woke up this morning and I noticed the birds were chirping. I thought, oh, my alarm should be going off soon. So I just got up and started moving. Then my alarm did go off, and I was at a camp with a pack on walk-in by 5:45, which was kind of nice. So honestly, I've been trying to get up and moving by this time, but I'm really bad at it. So today's gonna be a fun experiment because I'm up and moving before 6. I'm curious how far I'm gonna get today because I have more hours in the day now. So let's see. I beat the sun this morning. You hear all those birds? They start chirping before sunrise. Ooh, look at this mist. All right, onward to Canada. Here's a beautiful crossing and a lot of cool waterfalls. And oh, look at this, two creeks come together with waterfalls. Beautiful. Here's another look at where those two creeks come together. It's kind of beautiful the way all this just falls on its side. Also, I noticed off in the distance there, it drops again. So I just ran into Major, who I have not seen since the Bud Farm. I met him right after Deep Creek Hot Springs when I was waiting around for all day for Tiger to show up, and she never did. Basically, the place where I was waiting, he showed up and did a siesta while we were waiting for the sun to get to pass. And I saw him at the Bud Farm. And yeah, last time I saw him was at the Bud Farm, now that I think about it. So I was at this water crossing where I was just taking all that footage, and he showed up again and said, hey, aren't you Topless? And I was like, yeah, wait a minute, I know you. remind me your name? It's like, I'm Major. Oh, holy crap, I haven't seen you since the bud farm. So yeah, so I got to see Major this morning, and he's on his way to Benson Lake. So maybe I'll catch up with him there. It sounds like I'm doing more miles than him, because when I said I'm going 26 today, he was like, what? And I told him my reasoning was because I did the math, and I kind of have to do 26 if I want to get to Canada by the end of September. Also, while I'm talking about it, I've heard a lot of hikers and a lot of trail angels say when you get to Oregon and Washington, you end up doing 30s like they're nothing. Like apparently maybe it's flat or something or whatever, or maybe you're just so conditioned. But they all said by the time you get there, you'll be doing 30s, so don't worry about it. But I'm the kind of person where I front load the work, so I've been doing 26s because I needed to be doing 25s to get there by the end of September, and I like to get ahead. It's kind of my thing. I like to get ahead. Here's Miller Lake. I just made it to the top of the pass. Here's a look back. The clouds are gorgeous today. And now, the other side. Oh, it's a much narrower canyon on the way down. Look at that. So I got past Benson Pass at about 3 o'clock. And of my 26 miles I'm aiming for, I've got 11.4 left. So I think it's totally doable to do 11.4, what, 2 miles an hour? Like, yeah, that seems very doable. Done by 9. One thing I haven't mentioned yet is that I was so excited about being up early this morning that I just kind of jumped up and started going real fast. And I didn't actually give myself time to warm up. So at some point, one of my legs was kind of like just stiff and not pain, but definitely a little bit of like strain. Like, hey, what you doing? And I realized what I was doing, so I slowed down. So I've been going slow for the rest of the day. A little bit slower, a little shorter steps, and I'm totally cool and back to normal. But I'm not about to push it, considering I'm like 2 days into a 6-day hike. So today at 3 o'clock, I've got 11.4 miles left, but also I'm going slow. So again, it's all still doable. It's been more of a trade-off of shorter stops and just taking it easy on my legs. There's been a lot of stone steps and walkways for the last 100 miles. I know I've gotten lots of shots of mountains and stuff, but there's also neat little moments like this where it's just this path right through the woods with some grass. Right here it crosses a stream bed that looks like it's dried up. Equally beautiful. Here's another example. Hooray! Finally a PCT marker! Oh, that's so beautiful! Alright, I just had a very fun, I mean fun in an exhausting, confusing kind of way, fun moment. The trail dumped me off at a creek that looked like a crossing. As soon as you crossed it, there was another creek, but there's also fallen trees everywhere. So it was really hard to tell, am I supposed to be here? Am I supposed to cross again? Where'd the trail go? There was lots of footprints and stompage all over the place. of other people trying to figure out the same thing. And while it was happening, just happened to be like mosquito central. So standing still meant that I had like 10 mosquitoes on me at any point in time. And it's just a lot at once. A lot of mosquitoes, really confusing, wandering around circles. The gut hook app on my phone is really slow. So just trying to figure out where the heck I was and where the trail was really hard. I ended up having to like tromp through the river, not the river, tromp through the creek because there's really nowhere to cross. And then once I crossed, I still couldn't find the trail. And when I finally did, surprise, there's 2 of those metal signs with all the letters cut out. And it's like, so clearly, here's the trail. But no Pacific Crest stickers or indicators. So I started going in the wrong direction again. I had to backtrack. Anyways, now I'm going uphill for like 2 miles. It's been an interesting hour. So hopefully it'll get better at the top of this hill. Hey, look, whoever's doing the colored stones is still in front of me. I first saw these a couple days ago. I got some footage of that. Check back at one of my older videos. Actually, I'm finding that I really don't like mosquitoes because what they do is, actually they remind me of zombies. Basically, they just chase you. So as long as you're moving, you're okay. But you're getting more and more exhausted as you go. And eventually you have to stop. And when you stop, it's because you're completely exhausted. And then 10 mosquitoes land on you and start biting you. So it's like they wear you down and then they swarm. So yeah, that's a lot of fun. I used a lot of my bug spray, but apparently it only lasts like 20 minutes. And that's not comforting. I don't know what I'm gonna do in Oregon because everyone's told me that Oregon is way worse. A lot of people quit the PCT at Oregon because of the mosquitoes. They just float around in like black clouds or something. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Anyways, mosquitoes are like zombies. I don't like either. So it looks like I unexpectedly did 2 passes today. So I'm just getting to the top of the second pass. Let's see what we got. There's a mountain back there. Whoa. Look at this lake. Holy cow. Wow. And the sun's setting, so the clouds are changing color. Wow. There's a buck right there. He was on the trail in front of me. He saw me and he kind of ran. But holy crap, was he fast. Glad he didn't run towards me. Wow, over the next hill was another mountain lake. And off in this distance, actually I'm gonna go up a little. Wow. So just through those trees is where I saw the deer. And then there's this wall over here, which has got so many colors in it.